All right, Cameron, where are we going?
So we're gonna go out to Alviso. It's a 45-minute crit race. I've ridden over here, so gotta make it through the ride. So we're gonna take a ketone shot here.
We gotta see the reaction. We gotta see the reaction, everybody.
It's my first time.
And you haven't been riding much, so you need every advantage you can get.
It's gonna be a tough day in the saddle for me. So.
You guys remember? He's been in a couple of the videos. He led me out in one of the sprints.
Yeah, haven't beat you yet. Maybe today. We'll see.
All right, chug. See the reaction.
Oops.
Getting after it.
Well,
how's it taste?
That's pretty good. Not too sweet.
Good. You took it like a champ.
Yeah. Well, college helps.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Alviso Criterium. Today we have breakaways, we have cat and mouse on the last lap, and then we have an incredibly late sprint finish, so stay tuned. Okay, so after a very strangely mellow first couple of laps, I decided I'm just going to pull the trigger here and just test the waters, you know? Probing attack. Front of the race was slowing down. I wanted to increase the speed here as we make this right-hand turn into the crosswind section. And that's one thing I forgot to mention, is this is a strange wind direction for Alviso. It is opposite. This is usually a left-to-right wind, but today it is a right-to-left, and I'm just going to see where we're at here. This isn't like an all-in committed attack, but I just wanted to speed things up. It had been 2 laps. I think everyone was kind of trying to figure out what the course was like with this opposite wind direction. And look who it is coming up the left-hand side, Donald with monster pole, because Donald's a breakaway rider, and this is how you guys do it. This was actually an exceptionally hard pull he's taking. Look at the power I'm doing just to get back on terms. But if you are serious about the breakaway and you want it to succeed, you have to commit to it. And that's what Donald's doing. I think he saw that my little probing attack actually ended up being a bit more consequential than he was expecting. He jumps to the front, and he takes this very long, very fast, but very smooth pull. Shout out Donald for knowing how to ride a breakaway. And that draws out Cameron. Here you guys have maybe seen him in other Alviso videos. Next up is Shane passing on the left. Of course, Donald, who started this whole thing. One more in the rear camera. A little cheeky skip of a pull here. That's Matt already playing the game. I see you there, Matt. But in any case, for about the next 15 kilometers, we rotated really nicely together as a breakaway group. We established this big time gap all the way back to the chasing peloton behind. I think we were out of sight. We were something like 30 or 45 seconds, which is quite a bit for a criterium. And I was pleasantly surprised. We usually don't work together in breakaway groups at Alviso this well. But of course, that wouldn't just last forever. Nobody wants to drag a sprinter to the line. And the game started with just under 6 kilometers to go, about 2 laps remaining. Here I am on the front, just taking my pole, because remember, as a field sprinter, I just want things to stay together until the last possible moment. So we're in the headwind now, remember. This isn't a tailwind sprint finish anymore. I just have my head down. I'm putting in my requisite 325, 350 watts just inside of threshold. And lo and behold, Matt playing the game again in the rear cam. I'm not privy to this. I wasn't expecting him to start it this early, and I'm just taking my pole. Suddenly I realize what's going on. And look, I don't want to just be out here by myself. Not a good move for me to try to solo in with over 5 kilometers to go. I'm a fast twitch boy, right? I want a sprint. I want a 10-second effort, not a 5-minute effort, 6-minute effort. So I definitely don't pursue that. That would have been a mistake. But a guy like Matt does want to pursue something like that. And now that he's skipping poles, he is definitely a guy to look out for, because I know that the second you start skipping poles, you have something else in mind. You don't want to come together as a group. And sure enough, there he goes on the right, launching an attack. I probably should have been on his wheel, even though he was only one rider in front of me. You can see the difference that makes. I mean, he immediately opens a gap. There was a little bit of hesitation on my part. That's my mistake. Once he's made that first skip pull, I should have just immediately been his shadow, because then I would have been in this tricky situation. Because look, I mean, doing 800 watts through that corner, and he's opening a gap. I want these other riders to close it down for me, because that makes it easier. Staying in the draft always makes things easier. But we're just dangling like 2 seconds off the back here, and the 2 riders are off the front. We've already dropped one of our chasers, so now it's like a 2 versus 2 situation. Donald doing the Lord's work here, smashing, trying to get across to them. But the problem is, we are Just still dangling. Look at that gap, and my heart rate is 173 beats per minute. And Donald takes an excellent pull here, but I have to get to the front, and I have to help him out a little bit. And he yells, "Go, Jeffy!" So it's like, I responded. I said, get on, but there was no time to hesitate. I didn't mean to drop him here. I wanted us to continue to work together because this is how you lose the race. If you're just trying to do this by yourself and you don't make it, that's race over because now it's a 1 versus 2 situation. I wanted Donald to stay with me, but it was just tricky because there was no time to hesitate and make sure he was on and slow down. I have to jump across. And ideally, I want to get across to their wheels before we make this right-hander into the headwind because if they just continue on the gas in this headwind, like I'm hosed. Look, guys, I'm 176 beats per minute. I'm doing 450, 550, 600 watts, and this is the hill I die on because if I can't make connection right here, the race is over. I mean, I'll go back to Donald, but now it's Donald and I tired versus these two guys working together, and these two guys are incredibly strong with 15, 20 second gap. That's no bueno. The good news is I make it. I get on their wheel, and this is one of those moments I'm sure you guys can relate where it's like, please don't attack, please don't attack, please don't attack. Because if either one of them had the energy to send it one more time, I would have had to give up and just let it go, even if it happened right in front of me. Because, 175 beats per minute. Fans of the channel will know that is a hard effort for me. It's not often my heart rate gets that high, but I was pretty motivated to chase these guys back. I did not want us to work hard for the last half an hour in this race in the breakaway for me just to get attacked and lose on the last lap. So thankfully, it stays together, and I'm able to rest, which is most excellent. That is what I needed in this moment. And I will take my pull if needed, but these guys, you can tell these guys are tired too. I mean, we all kind of punched our ticket. In fact, Donald behind, still chasing presumably. This would be a good opportunity for him if he just puts his head down and rides at or below threshold to kind of bring us back, because we were going like 20 miles an hour there for a while, which isn't incredibly fast for Alviso. Alviso usually averages something like 26, 28, sometimes even 29 miles an hour. Will I take a poll? Let's see. I think I will, if I remember correctly. Am I taking a poll? Sort of. 230 watts. I want to keep the peace, because if I don't, something like this happens and he sends it again. These are sprint numbers. I did 1,300 watts right there. 2 reasons why. The first one is I had a good 2 minutes there to recover, or maybe less, 1 minute there to recover. And the second reason is a guy stay in the bike lane, guys. Good job, Jeff. Nice and safe. Stayed in the bike lane. The second reason is the faster I can get into Matt's draft, the better. Look, he is one of these guys. If he opens a gap from this distance, he is a big diesel type of rider. He can just motor at 425, 440 watts all the way home to the finish line. So it's incredibly important I get back into his draft, which I do, and we're able to recover for another second or two. But that doesn't last very long. Just about 50 meters later or so, Matt looks back, sees there's a little gap, and I love this, you guys. I absolutely love this as a sprinter because he tries one more time, but it just doesn't have that impact. Like the last one, it took me 1,300 watts to get back into his draft. This one, I think I did 500 or something. Didn't take a whole lot of energy to stay in his draft this time. I think he's starting to lose that punch, which is great news for me. Also, he attacked from the front, which I always say is not a great idea. You want that slingshot effect, that catch the front by surprise sort of attack. He also did it in the headwind, so there are a few reasons for it, but at this point, I just want to, I'm taking the front, but I'm doing less than 100 watts, right? I just want to save as much energy as I can, recharge my battery for the final, and look who's back, Donald. I was half expecting him just to attack straight through the group. You could see I kind of preempted it there with a 900 watt little move because I thought he was just going to launch straight on through the group. But guys, don't forget, he was out there by himself for a long time, like a whole lap, coming back to us as we were playing cat and mouse. So we're all just so tired at this point. But look on the left, that's Shane going for it. He saw that gap open up, and he's been a total dark horse this race, total sleeper. And this was so threatening. Guys, I cannot let anything go. We're 600 meters to go. I can't let anything get away at this point, especially coming into this headwind. And look at this amazing draft I'm getting into the headwind, right behind Matt, saving as much energy as I possibly can, which is great news because we have just been smashing each other this entire race. 400 meters to go, 350 meters to go. This is usually when I launch, but guys, remember the wind is reversed this time. So you have to keep that in mind. There are a bunch of things to consider on when to launch the sprint. The most important ones are, who are you with? Is everyone tired? What's the wind direction like? I am still waiting. We're inside of 150 meters to go. Still waiting, patient. 100 meters to go, finally, like about 75 meters to go, I finally launch it. Why did I wait so long? Well, we're into a headwind, and we're all incredibly tired. I don't have that normal 15-second kick that I usually do. If I tried to go at 300 meters to go, I would get about halfway there, and I would just blow myself up. Matt would come around me for the win. So you have to keep those things in mind. Make sure that you are completely emptying the tank as you cross the finish line. Not too early, especially in a headwind, or else you're going to lose all your speed. You're going to get passed by a million riders. Fortunately for me, I got the timing right today, was able to take down the W at another edition of Alviso. So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. It means a lot for the channel. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.